Hey guys, it's Timmy, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 31st of January 2021 to talk about 2022. Man, one of the rare moments I've had so far. I've been good at getting 22 out there. Anyways, 2022 to talk about everything that went down tonight on Monday Night Raw. And I wouldn't call tonight's Monday Night Raw the road to WrestleMania. Oh no. Oh no, this was the road to Elimination Chamber. They really built up and focused a lot on Elimination Chamber during tonight's show, and I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy tonight's Monday Night Raw. Yeah, we'll see what you guys think as we go through and talk about this show. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here, twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and twitter.com/PWUnlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by either hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, just like Rosario9248 recently did, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I greatly appreciate it. Excuse me, if you subscribe right here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited, but that's not the only benefit you get. You take your Amazon account, link it to your Twitch account, you got a Prime Gaming account, you get free games. And today is the last day to take that Prime Gaming account and claim Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Great game. Super fun, and you can get it for free for just a couple more hours, like 3 hours or so. But on the flip side, if you're watching on YouTube, you can help us out over there in the live chat with a super chat or a super sticker donation. All super chats do get read live on the air, and also remember, you can hit that join button to support us there as well, subscribing to the channel and becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. Also, to get all of that, but more directly support us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited, you can always head over and subscribe, patreon.com/PWUnlimited. And the final thing I got to talk about is the Epic Game Store. No matter what you're doing over at the Epic Game Store, whether that's buying a brand new game like Rainbow Six Extraction, whether you're getting V-Bucks for Fortnite, skins for Rocket League, or even claiming the free games that they have up, I'm going to ask you if you have a creator code. And if you do, put it in there, because you do. It's PWUnlimited. 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 We make a little bit off of that purchase you make, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. Just throw in that code, bada bing, bada boom. There we go. But with that, we got Monday Night Raw to talk about. This show did a lot to build up for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and I was shocked how much they did. They literally filled up the WWE title match. That match is set, good, gold. And we know about the Raw Women's title match taking place on the show as well. I thought the Ronda stuff was a little meh. It was like, okay, we're just a way to get Ronda on TV for 3 minutes, 4 minutes max, and then, yeah. So I thought that was all right, but the show opened up with a recap of Bobby Lashley beating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship with, of course, help from Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman before Lesnar would go on to win the Men's Royal Rumble match. And when they showed the replay of Bobby beating Brock, they piped in some boos. And I'm going to talk about piped in crowd noise a little later as well. They also made the announcement that Ronda Rousey is here and will be appearing on the show. And then we get Adam Pearce in the middle of the ring. He announced that Bobby Lashley will defend the WWE Championship inside of the Elimination Chamber in just 3 short weeks, or actually now less than 3 weeks, at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Lashley came out wearing a Seth Rollins-style suit with MVP. MVP was pissed. Very, very pissed that this match was set. He called it unfair of Adam Pearce. Lashley wanted to be out celebrating his win and not having to worry about his next 5 challengers. Lashley said that he proved who the better amateur wrestler is, who the better mixed martial artist is, and who the better champion is, because he conquered the beast. Out would then come the Beast Brock Lesnar. Brock would make his way out to the ring, dressed ready to fight and a full smile on his face. MVP tried speaking, but Lesnar cut him off and said, "Shut up, I'll stick that cane up your ass." Lesnar said, they both know that Lashley only won because of Roman and Heyman, and he couldn't have really beat him one-on-one. He said, there should be no pride in that victory, Bobby. Lesnar said he wasn't mad because he would have done the same thing. You take your opportunities when they come, but he wants his rematch. He said, you don't have to worry about me at WrestleMania because I'm challenging Roman Reigns, but what I do want to do is make sure that match is champion versus champion, so I want you right now. I want my rematch. I want the title. I'm going to win it right now here in Cincinnati. And Bobby's all ready to fight, and MVP's like, no. And MVP's pushing him back, and Bobby's like taking his coat off, and MVP's like, we ain't doing it. And Lesnar's like, oh, really? You gonna hide behind your manager over there? Oh, you're a chicken shit. And then Bobby Lashley gets pissed, even more pissed. And MVP's like, no, we're not doing it. Bobby Lashley and MVP get out of the ring, and they walk off. And Adam Pearce grabs the mic again and goes, well, unfortunately, Bobby Lashley has denied the live crowd here in Cincinnati a WWE Championship match. But it is still official that he will defend his title at the Elimination Chamber. And then Brock yells, put me in that match! And Adam Pearce goes, okay, it's official. Brock Lesnar will be in the Elimination Chamber match with the WWE Championship on the line. So the first opponent was named as Brock Lesnar. I thought this segment here early was fantastic. And the crowd, yes, I know they were piping in crowd noise later in the show. This crowd was good here. This was not crowd noise. This crowd was up for this segment because they thought they were about to get Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar live. And Brock was fantastic on the mic. Bobby was good in his little like facials back at Brock and this and that, and trying to take the jacket off, and everybody did their role. I thought fantastic. Next up, something that wasn't really that fantastic or even all that great was Rhea Ripley versus Nikki ASH, and it went a little over 8 minutes. Not much to talk about in this 8-minute match, though. Ripley was in full control early until Nikki suckered her into sliding into the ring skirt. Nikki trapped her and hammered away, which sent us to a break about 90 seconds to 2 minutes into the match. Nikki remained in control until Ripley blocked a tornado DDT and followed with a short arm clothesline. There was a headbutt, a snapmare, a low dropkick, a thrust kick, and a Northern Light suplex for a 2. Nikki fought Ripley off and hit another tornado DDT for a 2. Nikki set up a move that I thought looked like she had her in a headlock, and then she went like this. I'm like, what are you going to give her a twist of fate? And then she like posed for too long. It didn't look good the way she just stood there for a second. And then like Rhea finally reverses it right into a riptide and picks up the victory. This was not good. It was all right, but it wasn't really all that great. Next up, something else that wasn't all that great was the little scooter race thing. So no Randy Orton to be seen. Don't know what's going on with that, but no Randy Orton to be seen tonight. We then go to the back. Kevin Patrick introduces the competitors for the scooter race, and it's only Riddle and Chad Gable. I was so let down here. So let down. I go, no Randy riding a scooter? No Otis running on a scooter? Oh, Lord. They're disappointing us. And then, this was dumb. Riddle's got this, list, and he's got a name on the list. It's like, what's this? And he's like, it's the name of my stallion. You should always know your stallion. And even though Riddle made the challenge, Gable made the rules. And Gable goes, Kevin, tell him the rules that I told you in the locker room earlier. And Kevin Patrick goes, well, the rules are 50 laps around the backstage area of the building. After you hit your 50 laps, you will make your way out to the ringside area, and next to the ring, there will be a start-finish line, or a finish line. First person to cross that finish line wins. And I'm like, okay. And so, they started the race, and we got R-Truth waving the flag or whatever, and they kept cutting in. They cut it at one point, I think it's 8 laps in. Then they cut again, it was 15 laps in. And they finally cut again, and it was like almost lap 50 or whatever. And we'll talk about what happens once we get to that part. But this was kind of a meh, lame duck half show segment, I guess you could say. We got the first of, I want to say, 2 Alexa Bliss segments. She was with a psychiatrist wearing all black this time. She didn't have any of the pink on, which is interesting. I don't know if that means anything. Before, she was wearing the black overall dress and the pink undershirt. Now it's just all black. So they were talking about the Lily thing. And Bliss goes, 2 weeks ago, you said the word imaginary, but Lily's really real. She's real to me. She's always been there for me and this and that. And the psychiatrist goes, okay, well, I have something for you. Keep in mind, this is not the real Lily. It is a replica. But what do you think when you see this? He holds up the replica Lily doll, and it cuts away. Next up, we had a 2-minute match. It was The Miz versus Dominic Mysterio. This is really weird. So they're going at it, and Miz pushes Rey off the apron. He then pretends like he got hit by Rey. The referee then goes to eject Rey from ringside. This distracts Dominic. Miz hits the skull-crushing finale and picks up the victory. Huh? I have no clue what was going on here. At all. Rey did nothing. So in the back, we see Dana Brooke walking over, and she goes, and she notices Tamina's coming after her. They brawl for like 15 seconds, and then all of a sudden, here comes Riddle and Gable on their scooters. They're on lap like 18 of 50 or whatever. Gable was in the lead because Otis bumped into Omos and goes, wow, Omos, never realized you got some pretty eyes there. And Omos is like, what? He goes, nothing. Chad Gable passes him, goes, I got a race to go win, and takes off. Next up, we have the KO show. Special guest, Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens said that we're on the road to WrestleMania. This will be the best. He said this will be, wait for the word, most stupendous 2-night WrestleMania of all time. It's double the stupendousness. And I'm like, oh, Lord. We're going to hear that word stupendous for the next 60 days. Said he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber match. Well, if he can beat Austin Theory, which I thought it was a given that Kevin Owens wins, but then I forgot and was corrected and reminded on Twitter. No. KO don't go to Saudi. So I'm like, oh, duh. That's why he had to lose to Austin Theory here. But still, it being Austin Theory, I guess they need somebody to take the first pin. Back to the KO show. Owens introduces his guest, the man who he says should be the Universal Champion, Seth Rollins. Owens thanks Rollins for joining him and said, you know what, last night, you should have won that match. But I will tell you, you will always be the Universal Champion in my heart. Rollins said that he was happy to be in the hottest town in the country right now. Cincinnati crowd chanted, "Who Dey?" And Rollins told Owens that was a football thing, because Owens don't know football, I guess. Owens played a replay of what happened to Rollins during his match with Roman Reigns. And Owens claimed that Reigns got himself intentionally disqualified because he knew he couldn't actually beat Seth. Rollins then said that he may not be the champion, but he did acquire something more valuable as he has an announcement to make. And Owens goes, what? You didn't tell me you were making an announcement? What is this announcement? He goes, I will be in the Elimination Chamber match. And Owens goes, qualify? Huh? He goes, never mind, don't worry about it. I'll make it in there too. I'll qualify as well. Rollins then said that he would use this to his advantage. He also said that he's got a permanent space in the brain of Roman Reigns. He said he will use that to his advantage to one day beat him for the title over that SmackDown business, talking chamber. So as these two are going back and forth and bantering or whatever, he goes, hey, how about this? Seth, we're friends. You can help me out here. You got a little pool backstage. Why don't we go find Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce. And since they just put you in the match, why don't you ask them to just put me in the match, and then we can both be in the Elimination Chamber. And Rollins is like, I don't know about that one. Rollins didn't hate the idea, but didn't like the idea and didn't seem to believe that it was a good idea at all, to be honest. Before they could discuss any further, out would come Austin Theory. And well, we got Austin Theory versus Kevin Owens. And Seth's still acting like a babyface here. He's still kind of with the heel tendencies, but still babyfacing it up for the Seth stuff or the Roman stuff. So we had an 11.5-minute match, Elimination Chamber qualifier, Austin Theory against Kevin Owens. And these two had a really good match. I think it was one of the best Austin Theory's better matches we've seen thus far. So Owens was in full control until Theory caught him with the boot outside of the ring before driving him into the steel steps. He hit him. He hit them steps hard too. But Owens fought back after a break and hit an enziguri and a DDT. Owens tried a double jump moonsault, but Theory dodged it and hit a neck breaker for a 2. Owens came back with a gut buster for a 2. Owens followed with a super kick and a senton for a near fall. Owens hit an avalanche fisherman's buster, but Theory just barely at the last millisecond got his foot on the bottom rope. After Owens pushed Theory out of the ring and then back into the ring, Theory kicked the middle rope into Owens as he was jumping back in the ring. Theory hit the ATL and picked up the victory, getting himself in the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, you heard me right. Austin Theory, for the first time, will be challenging for the WWE Championship. This is the first time he's challenging for the WWE title. In the back, we can see the Street Profits, and all of a sudden, Riddle zooms right by them on his scooter, but he stops to get a drink from them and then keeps on going by. Gable stopped and asked for a drink as well, said he needed to hydrate. They blew him off, saying, "You wouldn't like what's in our cup." Otis then showed up, handed him one of the Street Profits cups, and he was disgusted because it wasn't a Street Profit cup. It was filled with steak sauce. Otis assured him it was the best steak sauce there is. It was no comfortable moment for Gable as he said, "I don't need all that sodium," and kept on going as we were 39 laps in. So next up, we had Angelo Dawkins versus Dolph Ziggler, and this match was changed because earlier in the day, it was supposed to be Montez Ford versus Dolph Ziggler, but then they switched it to Angelo Dawkins, who was in his hometown and actually got to win. Yeah, you heard me right. Angelo Dawkins picked up a win in his hometown. So Ziggler immediately hit a running knee for a near fall early on and was in control until Dawkins clocked him with a right hand. Dawkins did make a comeback and hit a bulldog for a 2. Ziggler responded with a DDT for a 2, and then they exchanged counters for a little while before Dawkins hit the silencer and picked up the victory and got a really good reaction from his hometown crowd. So then we get the video. Everything we hear every single week. Well, Veer is coming to Monday Night Raw. But he's coming, but he ain't here yet. Man, must have a lot of stamina to be coming that long. We get the conclusion of the scooter race. Kevin Patrick is at the finish line. He's got R-Truth there as well. And Kevin Patrick said, "Well, Truth, who do you think's going to win the race?" And he yells, "The Bengals!" And the crowd goes wild. Gable and Riddle then scooted their way down the ramp with Gable just barely in the lead. Gable then tripped at the bottom of the ramp, fell off of his scooter. Riddle laughed at him and kept on going. As Riddle was going, right before he went around one side of the ring, went down the side, came around over by the announce table, and boom, crashes right into big old Otis. So he's knocked out. No, not knocked out, but this was weird the way he played this. He's knocked down. Gable finally gets up, comes around, and Riddle's just laying there. But then when Gable gets close to him, he kind of and then Gable circles him, and he's still laying on his back going, Gable crosses the finish line. Camera's panned right in Gable's face, and then all of a sudden Riddle's just in the ring fine with a microphone. And I go, "Wait, what?" So Riddle accuses him of cheating. He says, "You cheated. You used Otis to help you win this." He goes, "I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat to make the Olympic team. I didn't cheat to get my master's degree, and I didn't cheat to get that master's degree with a 4.0. Yeah." Gable figured, you know what? I think I know what you want, though. You want a match, don't you? And Riddle goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You can't have a match. right now against my star pupil, Otis. So we get Riddle versus Otis. We go to the break. When we come back from the break, though, Adam Pearce comes out. Adam Pearce goes, after conferring with officials in the back, I have the announcement to make that this match will now be an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. And they really played up the fact, and I like this on commentary, where they played up, Riddle just did 50 laps on a scooter. He's got to be tired. And that could play into his stamina in this match. And they went 7.5 minutes almost, Riddle and Otis. So Otis was in control early and fought off multiple comeback attempts by Riddle. Riddle finally did make a comeback and hit a knee strike followed by a senton onto Otis's leg. Otis blocked an RKO, but Riddle caught him with a floating bro for the pinfall victory. Riddle wins. Riddle's now in the chamber match. That makes 5 people in the chamber match. At this point, it was Bobby, Brock, Seth, Theory, Riddle, one match to go, AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio. So before we got that match, we got a 5.5 minute match between Bianca Belair and Carmella. No Queen Zelina. Carmella coming out by herself without her tag team championship partner, which is very interesting. So they're both in the ring, and we go to commercial. We come back, and Carmella's dancing to her theme. The ref's ready to start the match. He looks at Bianca. He's like, are you ready? He looks at Carmella. Are you ready? And Carmella goes, wait, hold on 1 second. Mask. I got to put my mask on. She goes and puts her mask on, and then she's getting ready to get back in the ring. She's like, hey, don't rush me. I'll get in when I'm ready. Finally gets in, and we have the match. Belair threatened to hit Carmella with her braid, so she ducked and shrieked. Belair shoved her down, so Carmella slapped her. Belair chased her around the ring and knocked her down with a shoulder tackle as freaking Byron Saxton goes, Carmella wears the face mask. Maybe she needs a body mask or something like that. And Corey Graves goes, excuse me? You want her to hide that body? He goes, well, if she's worried about injuring her face, maybe she's worried about injuring other things on her body as well. And I'm like, who is writing this shit? Is Byron coming up with this garbage on his own? But regardless, Carmella yanked Belair into the turnbuckle and took control. Carmella held her down with a chin lock, which felt like forever. Until Bianca finally powered out, hit the KOD, and picked up the victory. We got the second half of the Alexa Bliss segment. So it starts right where the last one ends, where he goes, I've got this replica Lily doll, which you can get right now on WWEshop.com. And Alexa's looking at the doll, and she's almost tearing up. She goes, Lily, I missed you so much. And the psychiatrist goes, this is not your Lily doll. This is a replica that you can get on WWE Shop. And he let her hold it so she could see it for herself that it's not the real Lily. She hugged it, smiled, and teared it up. So in the back, Gable was with Kevin Patrick, and he said, next week is the finals of the Academic Challenge. We're doing the Quiz Bowl. He said Riddle and Orton would lose the Quiz Bowl. It's just like the Bengals are going to lose their big football game. Crowd didn't like that one. He said, just like that, RK Bro will lose and not get a title shot. Next up, we had an 11.5 minute match. It was AJ Styles against Rey Mysterio with a Elimination Chamber spot, the final Elimination Chamber spot on the line. And friendly competition here as the two shook hands before the match even started. So Rey sent Styles into the barricade early, which led to a break about 1.5, 2 minutes in. Styles held the chin lock when we returned, but Mysterio fought out and hit a tilt-a-whirl DDT, followed by a springboard crossbody for a 2. Also, I don't remember seeing Dominic out here. Could be wrong there, but I don't remember him. Styles came back with the fireman's carry, a neck breaker, and got a 2 off of it. Styles ducked a 619, but Mysterio ducked a phenomenal forearm and followed that up with a kick to the head. Rey blocked a middle rope Styles clash and followed that up with the 619. Styles then avoided a frog splash and caught Rey in a crucifix pin for a 2. Styles then came back with some right hands and a Pele kick, but Rey countered the Styles clash yet again. Styles countered a seated senton, finally got him in the Styles clash, hit the Styles Clash, and pinned Rey Mysterio to get the last slot in the Elimination Chamber match. Styles qualifies. All 6 slots are set. Hey, I think this match is going to be really, really good, even with Austin Theory in there. Someone needs to take that first loss. Someone's got to get pinned first. So what I think should happen is you started off with Brock Lesnar and Austin Theory. And Austin Theory's kind of standing there going, what did I sign up for? Looking all nervous, and he's like, screw it. They ring the bell. He runs at Brock, and Brock shoves him. He's sitting down, looking up like, uh-oh, crap, maybe I don't want to do this. He tries to get out and then realizes, oh, I can get out of the ring, but I can't get out of the cage, the cell, the chamber. Brock then throws him over the ropes back into the ring, hits him with a couple 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Germans, F5 or 3, pins them. There we go. That's how I would book the beginning of this match. You could drag it out so it lasts the what is it, 2-minute intervals? 2 or 5 minutes for the chamber. I always forget that. But you can drag this out with like Theory trying to run away from Brock and Brock just ever so slightly coming back after him and stuff. I think that would be really, really fun and funny at the same time. So let me get our main event segment. Less than 10 minutes left in the show, and out comes Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Big reaction from the live crowd. So it seemed like she was trying to no-sell that reaction, trying not to smile or whatever. And she starts talking, and she says a line or two, and then all of a sudden you hear, yeah! But it's like well after, like in the middle of her talking, crowd was not cheering here. Fake piped in noise. Like, what the hell? Weird. But you can tell she's reciting her lines. She said, she's looking up at the WrestleMania sign. And she's like, I've been thinking since Saturday, whose title I'm going to take. Is that Charlotte or Rebecca? And she keeps saying Rebecca. She goes, but it doesn't really matter because we know I'm the baddest bitch here. And I'll give you my answer Friday on SmackDown. And so she gets ready to leave the ring when out comes Becky Lynch. And Becky goes, Ronnie, great to see ya. You're using my government name, are ya? She said that she was the only one who could beat Ronda Rousey. Nobody has beaten her for this title in over 3 years since she beat Ronda for it. So she understood if Rousey wants to choose Charlotte as an appetizer before she comes after the main course, which is her, Becky Lynch. She said, why would you want to go straight after the meat and potatoes when you can have an appetizer first? Lynch said, who are you choosing? And that's when Ronda again said, I'll let you guys know on... Well, no, I'm wrong. She didn't say I'll let you know on Friday. She just said, I'm the baddest bitch, dropped her mic. Becky came out and this and that. Then when Becky said, who are you choosing? You're going to choose me or Charlotte. She grabbed her, flipped her, held her arm and goes, I'll make my decision on Friday. And then she storms off. Ronda leaves. Becky gets up and grabs the mic. And she claims, oh, that's okay. I want nothing to do with you anyways. You can go over there. At least, she says something about Cincinnati. She says something like, she can't get out of Cincinnati faster or something like that. And then we hear, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum-bum. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is Lita doing here? Lita makes her way out. And I go, oh, no, no, but yeah. Like, oh, no, yes, are we going to get, and we got it. We're getting it. So Lita makes her way down to the ring. She's like, well, it looks like Ronda was a little rude to you, wasn't she? Lita put over Becky. She's been wearing a Becky Lynch shirt and said that she's a fan of Becky Lynch. Lita said that if Becky's the big fighting champion that she is, well, she's always up for a challenge. So why not Becky Lita for the Raw Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber? Lita makes the challenge, and Becky immediately says, no. Lita said that she could admit, she said, you can admit if you're scared. You're scared to face me. And Lynch goes, scared? I'm not scared. Okay, you got your match. And she made the decision to take the match with Lita, but then all of a sudden her face goes, oh, crap, wait, what did I just say? Uh-oh. Lita's got a big old grin on her face. Lita's happy for what she just got herself. She's leaving. Her music's playing, and the show goes off the air. So, yes, it is official. Lita versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. That's going to be an interesting one. I think that's going to be a very interesting matchup. I know Lita's been doing a lot of training, more than just training for the Rumble. Like, she's been training with people up in Oakland at Hood Slam and all them. So, yeah. Going to be interesting to see how this match goes in 3 weeks, because we haven't seen Lita in an actual, like, full-on, let me see, Lita. When's the last time Lita had a full-blown match? Like, singles, one-on-one. So, she did the Rumble. Then in 2018, she was in a 10-woman tag on Raw. In 2018, she did the tag team match at Evolution. She was in the 2018 Rumble. Yeah, she hasn't had an actual singles match since 2012. It was actually, this match don't even count. I take that back. That was the Heath Slater match on Raw 1000. She hasn't had a singles match since she retired in 2006 when she lost the championship to Mickie James. That's the last time Lita had an actual singles match. But the match is official. It's happening at Elimination Chamber, and we now know 2 matches for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view on Saturday, February 19th from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. But with that, that's what I thought about Raw. Now it's time to find out what you guys thought about Monday Night Raw. We'll check the polls, but also remember, you can text into 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341. As far as the Twitch poll does go, 60% of you liked the show, 20% thought it was just all right, and 20% did not like it. If we look at the Twitter poll, 60% liked the show, 24% thought it was just all right, and 16% did not like tonight's Raw. Finally, checking the YouTube poll here, 59% liked the show, 33% thought it was just all right, and 8% did not like tonight's Monday Night Raw. As far as the text messages do go, got a few here. This person says, what's going on? Why was Finn Balor not at the Rumble? Not sure. All I know is that he's out of the country. As of Saturday, word was Finn's not even in the United States right now. So I don't know what's going on with that. Whether he's, I don't want to say at home because he doesn't live in the UK anymore, Ireland or whatever. Whether he's there or Mexico where his wife's from, I don't know. This person says, Raw did all right tonight. What are your thoughts? What is your favorite match of the night? Also, do you think we should retire the Women's Tag Team Championships knowing nobody's stepping up to challenge for them at all? I think the best match of the night was AJ versus Rey and Women's Tag Titles, and we'll take them or leave them, whatever. I don't care either way. Person says, what do you think Ronda would benefit? Oh, who do you think Ronda would benefit main eventing against? Charlotte or Becky? Honestly, either would be equal. To be completely honest, I think either would be equal. And if I had to say one, Becky slightly, but they're going to go Charlotte because Fox wants Ronda on their show. And WWE is going to appease Fox. Because if you guys don't know the story, Triple H, Stephanie, Nick Khan, and whoever else walked into that meeting with Fox, the first big meeting. They went into that boardroom or whatever you want to call it. Big old table. They sit down. There's a screen, and it's a picture of Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania and the Fox logo. Fox has wanted Ronda on their network just before they signed the deal with WWE, and they haven't got it yet. I mean, I think Ronda's maybe made one or I don't know. Actually, hold on. Has Ronda even ever appeared on SmackDown? I want to say she has, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I can say that she has, actually. Actually, it doesn't look like Ronda's ever been on SmackDown. This Friday will be the first time she's ever been on SmackDown. I believe, this might be it. Hold on, let's see what this is. Okay, she has been on SmackDown during the build for WrestleMania, right after the 2019 Royal Rumble, I believe, is what this was. Oh, no, never mind. WWE has a video on their YouTube channel. It looks like you would think it's Becky and Ronda on SmackDown, but it's just a video package from SmackDown about the triple threat that was announced. Or what? Okay, so yeah, I don't think Ronda's ever been on SmackDown. Broken King Slender says, I thought Ronda was always on Raw. Ronda was always on Raw, but that doesn't mean she couldn't have made an appearance on SmackDown once or twice, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, just because you're a Raw superstar doesn't mean you can't go make a appearance over there. And a couple more text messages here where it says, was it just me or was Ronda extra mad tonight? No, I think she was a little nervous, to be honest. It says, I kinda Austin Theory being in this match. I mean, he's a pretty good wrestler. I mean, someone's got to take that first pin. It says, do you think Rollins could win the WWE title? No. I don't think they go Seth. I think it's either going to be Bobby or Brock. I could be wrong there. Maybe it's Riddle. But I don't think Seth wins the belt. So, looking at everything here before we do wrap it up, and I think that's going to do it. So with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWUnlimited. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I think we're switching things up. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel community tab and our Twitter, because I think we're doing the Jesse and Timmy show tomorrow morning instead of Wednesday. We're moving that around to fit with Jesse's schedule. So I think we will be live tomorrow morning for the Jesse and Timmy show. Remember, keep an eye on the community tab on YouTube and our Twitter. That way you know when we do go live with that show. And then we'll be back Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite. So with that, guys, I'll be streaming a little bit later on twitch.tv/TimmyBuddy. I'm going to be playing more Uncharted 4. That game is amazing. I want to jump back in. I think we're on chapter 7 or 8 right now. We're about an hour and a half into the game. But with that, I'll say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWUnlimited. Hopefully, I see some of you over there in a little while. Twitch.tv/TimmyBuddy as we play some more Uncharted 4. So with that, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you next time.